We have Wednesday, happy Wednesday, 4:30, 4:30. Happy Wednesday, October 15th. It is Wednesday. Another day the Lord has made. Let us be glad in it. Wednesday. Yes. October 15th, 2025. We are in Broadview, Illinois. We are live. And let's see what's going to go on with the protest today. I was here twice yesterday, and I'm here again today. Want to see if I can get a reaction or find out what the reaction will be in relation to the fence being taken down. The fence being taken down at the detention center here in Broadview, Illinois. So there are about 25 protesters here right now. I'll wait for a little while for the people to file in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, one and all. I'm Franchot Pearson. Welcome to Franchot Blue. Wednesday, 15th of October in Broadview, Illinois. And again, the fence has been taken down. You can probably hear the people in the background. The protesters are here. And the protest continues. However, they are in a section sealed off by Illinois State Patrol. I'll show you that footage in a little bit. But so far what we have the crew here from different affiliates from around the United States and the world, local as well as international. This is the corner where you stay safe in case the smoke bombs come. So yeah, but over here we have the protesters. The protesters are here. It's 4:32 in the Midwest, and they're flanking in gradually. Going to find out what the reaction is because the fence is down. It appears that the protesters are only going to be in a certain area. And the fence was taken down at midnight last night. I was out here. My footage was terrible, kind of grainy. I apologize for it, but today you can see I'll come up on that area. The fence that was up, the court said you cannot have a fence up in the area. And so what they've done now, they've put police cars where the fences were. That way, if fire trucks or ambulance or whatever emergency vehicles had to get through, they can still get through. But the law came down, the court came down yesterday and said, midnight, you have to move the fence, and they did. And I wanted to find out exactly what the protesters are going to do. It appears the answer is that the protesters have to be in a certain location, and that's it. We'll see what happens. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 state police troopers here in terms of vehicles, and they are keeping the protesters at bay, which I thought they would because even though the fence isn't up, they don't want them bothering ICE or anyone coming in and out of the facility. So we're at the detention center here in Broadview, Illinois, where they process illegals. The protest is alive and well the day after the fence has been taken down. So let's listen to what they have to say. We'll go from there. I'll read you guys' comments. Thank you guys for being here. Please subscribe. So we're going to go over to the protesters and listen to what they have to say. BROADVIEW, Illinois Detention Center, where they process illegals. The protest is going on the day after the fence was taken down. Let's give a listen as to what they're talking about.
I made my best friend take them out right now. Take my best friends out of there right now because they're not it. I want my arms to see my besties. Hurry up! Chop, chop, choppity chop.
You look in the background. In the background, that's where the detention center is, where they process illegals. I'm going to pull away because they're playing music. I don't want a copyright infringement. But we'll come back to that section in a little bit. So the day is going quick. I was out here twice yesterday. There is a 9 to 6 curfew, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. And this is how the mayor is controlling it. By the same token, the processing still goes on. Nobody is allowed into the processing center to find out how the processing works or their living conditions. But the protests are out here. They have to leave at 6 every day. Illinois police are out here, and they're not letting them go toward the building anymore, it appears. I was wondering what they were going to do, but no longer are they allowed to go to the building. It appears that they're going to only protest in a certain section. Now, Saturday might be different. The biggest protest, arguably in the United States, is Saturday. And that's called No King's Day. No King's Day is Saturday, so they might have a big crowd out here. I don't know if I'm going to come down here. I'll probably be downtown. So yeah, the sheriff, Cook County Sheriff is here. About 7 vehicles. And they're patrolling the area to make sure that the protesters don't go anywhere. You can see ICE right there, ICE, Homeland Security right there. So they can leave out and come in peace now because they don't have to worry about being bothered anymore. About a month ago, the protesters used to run up on them or try to, but now they're being put at bay. The court order does not allow for a fence to be up, so the fence came down last night. But so far, they cannot go any further. They might petition. I wouldn't be surprised if the ACLU or other groups petition for the protesters to come closer. I guess under the First Amendment, they can have the right to protest closer, but don't know. We'll see. But so far, it's nice and quiet. If you look ahead, you can look straight ahead. You see a lot of either ICE. That's in the green uniform straight ahead. Looks like well, they're in green. I'm not sure who that is, but they're in green. Straight ahead, if you look.
You're not helping us. You like how it feels? Yeah, what if it was your kid or your family? How would you feel then? Yeah, you wouldn't feel so good. Kidnappers. Fucking Gestapo. What if your family was in that position and you're just left with your kid? Yeah, that's sad. You're a sad person.
So this is Franchot Pearson. Welcome to Franchot Blue. We are in Broadview, Illinois, covering the migrant detention center. It's been open up for a little while. 9 to 6 protests every day. The crowd is sectioned off. The fence was taken down by court order last night. But the demonstration, I'm sure, will continue. And again, this Saturday will be the biggest protest ever. If you guys go, be very careful. So we're going to see how long this goes on, people, because it's going to get cold in the Midwest in about 2 months. We'll see how many protesters will be out here then, but it appears that they're going to continue to have this. What I'm focusing on right now, that's the detention center, that brown building straight ahead. If they're still here, they can weather the storm because they can stay warm, but the protesters will be out here freezing cold 2 months from now. So we'll see what happens. Ever since they made the protest 9 to 6, it's been minimal protesters out here. If people work during the day, they can't get out of here. So what's the sense of coming out here when you get off work? Because by the time you get out here, the ordinance says you can't protest after 6. So the city has reduced the protest. And as you can see, the police have reduced the protest from aggravating the entrance of the ICE agents as they bring in the illegals. So it's a wait and see. But yeah, Trump's policies stand. And the mayor is doing what she can, along with the other representatives. Fine line between community and free speech. And that's where we're at, people. If it happens in your city, you know what to expect. The challenges will change about every 3 or 4 days, but this seems to be ground zero as to what could happen in the future in different cities if they open up a migrant detention center. But it's not surprising that they did adhere to the court order, because the court order in any big city, you cannot block any entrance, so they had to take down the fence. I guess this guy works somewhere. He parked there, so he must work or something. So what do we do with our world, people? From this day going forward, what do we do with our world? A lot going on, lot going on throughout America. How do we fix this thing? How do we resolve it? The smallest number I've ever heard was 15 to 20 million illegals here. The highest number I heard is 45. So we could be doing this every day for years, right? We could be doing this forever. But we'll see what happens this weekend. I was told last night that they take the illegals to an airport, not the big airports, but the small airports, and they send them back. I wish I could find that out so I can be there and film that, but that's going to take some work on my part to try to find out how that goes. This is all the camera crew from around the United States. They're here. And again, they took down the fence last night between 11 and 11:30 last night. So whether the fencing is up or not, it's not going to make any difference because it appears that the police are going to stand there. And so it's not going to make any difference whether you have a fence or not. The protest is going to be limited. And that's how it goes. That's how the story goes, people. A fight for power, a fight between the law, the interpretation of the law, and actual design of the neighborhood. So yes. Hi.
Could you help me share this information about contacting the ICE facilities for people that are looking for their people that have been taken off the street? This was provided to me by the state trooper. I had met a woman today whose husband was taken off the street yesterday.
So this is the place to email in case.
This is exactly the paper that he gave me.
Right.
And
Let me see if I can film that.
Share it, if you can,
Yeah.
if you can take a picture.
Yeah. They'll see it. I'm live right now. They can see
I
it.
appreciate that. And
Yeah.
this is for information for locating your loved one.
Yeah, I'll pronounce it. The public can contact ICE facilities at the email of chicago.outreach.ice.dhs.gov for assistance. HTTPS / locator ICE. See if I can get that. I don't know if that. Yeah, see if I can get that.
Zoom it.
Yeah, zoom it in. So yeah, this is a place the lady's sharing with me in case you have loved ones, friends, or family who are in the detention center. You can contact them. Now, what happens when you contact them? They'll be able to reach the people that are inside?
Nobody knows.
Wow.
That's why it's important that you share it.
Wow.
If you can.
Okay, so I have, let me see if I get that again. Chicago.outreach@ice.dhs.gov for assistance. Okay, I appreciate that. And when did you get that? A few days ago?
I got that maybe an hour ago from the state trooper.
Yeah, I saw you out here yesterday.
He gave me an extra copy.
Okay.
The woman who was looking for the information got the other one.
Wow.
He said, I'm going to give this to you in case. Because I said, I'll be there as much as I can.
Yeah, I came out.
I got to work, though,
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah,
and Friday.
yeah.
No, I saw you yesterday.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
came back around 11 o'clock last night, and
Yeah.
they were
taking
taking it down. So, but now it looks like they can only stay in one area. So it's like a
Well, that's
tug of war.
That's okay, but it does gets a little dicey when people of different viewpoints show up and get in.
Well, yeah. Well, I think part of it is that they don't want them to be in ice, way when they bring in.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
it. And the troopers are protecting us.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so yeah, the lady was gracious and kind enough to share information. You can contact a loved one, friends or family at that, through that email. But yeah, people, this is real. That's the only communication I've heard of. I've been hearing the politicians say that they cannot get into the ICE facility to see what type of living conditions. I've heard that they were terrible, but that's just somebody saying that. I don't know what kind of conditions there are in there, so I can't speculate, but I would hope that the people are treated with dignity and respect before they're sent back. Again, I gotta go back to the root of it, people. This is a Biden problem. This is a Biden problem, straight up. And that's not looking at Democrats. It's just looking at a human being with the policies. This is also a congressional problem because they spent the money to bring the illegals over here. So now you take a risk coming over here. You realize there's no free lunch, now you got to go back. And remember, I reported yesterday in a video that there's legislation in Ohio being crafted to being voted on, that if you have a sanctuary city, they will take the funding from you. If that happens throughout the United States, that's going to be a problem on so many levels. So again, I reported yesterday that there is a representative in Ohio. He crafted legislation to be voted on. I have to follow up on it, whereby, like, Ohio is a sanctuary city. And they're saying if they don't cooperate with ICE and the federal government and Trump, they could lose their funding from the federal government. That would put them in an economic strait. I'm sure that put a lot of cities and states in a strait. So the move is, there's a lot of moving parts here, people. We don't know what kind of world we're going to be living in next 2, 3, 4, 6 months, but a lot of things going on. I'm going to try to keep you guys up to speed on this kind of stuff. But my city, Chicago, is a sanctuary city, and I stay 2 blocks from a migrant shelter. And they've got like over 3,000 I hear in that building. If they lose their funding, the question is, where's the money going to come from? They get free school, free medical, free food, and a lot of them own cars. So are they going to raise taxes? Or are they going to put them out in the street, send them back? What are they going to do? But right now, there's no free lunch in America, people. Spread the word. If you come here, our government did one thing 4 or 5 years ago. Now the government's doing something else. But the problem is a border problem. They should have never let them come over here. So, like I said yesterday, they should have these detention centers on the border. They shouldn't be bringing them in the neighborhood. People shouldn't have to go through this. And I'm suspecting the reason why they put it in the community because they want to have extra policing for the future. What that future is, I can only speculate on. Are we on a watch list in these different cities where we have the National Guard? Is there something going on that they're not telling us? It makes it kind of scary at that point, but we got to trust in the Lord. So yeah, I am Franchot Pearson. I am reporting from the Broadview, Illinois location where we have a detention center. Right now, you see the media. They're filming. And we only have maybe about 25 or 30 protesters. Not a big crowd today. It is around 60 degrees. The protest is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. only. So those who get off work at 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's not worth it coming out here because you're going to be sent home anyway. So Trump is winning this battle, people. ICE is winning this battle. They have minimized the effectiveness of the protests. Again, the ICE, Trump, they have minimized the protest in so many ways. As you can see, the state troopers are here, and the fence is gone. The fence was taken down last night. However, all you can do is talk a lot of smack from the distance. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And we'll see what happens when they get a big crowd. But right now, a small crowd, you can sit back and have a picnic. It's like they're not even there. So if I'm a sheriff police, I'm like, this is easy money for me, right? If I'm a sheriff police and I had to come do this for 8, 10, 12 hours, I'm like, this would be the easiest money I ever made because there's nothing to do but just sit and watch and maintain. So, but we're going to cover this thing either way. A lot of moving parts throughout the United States. We do have the National Guard in about, what, 6 different cities. I hear Portland is off the chain. I'm going to say it again. Portland is off the chain. Did you guys see Portland, the videos the other day? In Portland, the majority of the people had nothing on when they were on bicycles. Did you guys know that? In Portland, 2 days ago, they were protesting, and the people had on nothing but a smile. I'm serious. I am not exaggerating. Anybody see that on YouTube? I couldn't believe they showed it on YouTube, but there are videos in Portland where they had little suits on, but most of them had they had clear rain gear on with nothing on under it, or maybe some underwear. That was it. And I'm trying to figure out, what does that have to, why would you dress with nothing on but a smile? How is that a protest? That makes no sense. You can get arrested for indecent exposure, but Portland is off the chain, y'all. Portland is off the chain. So I was surprised to see that on social media, but these are the things that are going on in relation to the protests around the United States. And feel grateful it's not happening in your neck of the woods because you still got peace. I just walked a few blocks to get here, and I feel sorry for the residents who have to see this every day. That's why I think they should move this place. They should move it out to the country or somewhere, or near the airport or something. A detention center should not be in a residential neighborhood. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. If I'm a taxpayer in Broadview, I would be really mad right about now that this detention center is here. It shouldn't be here. So I never thought I'd be covering a story like this. As you can see, they're talking a lot of smack here. Welcome one and all, I am Franchot Pearson. Welcome to Franchot Blue. Please subscribe. Remember, once you subscribe to me, make sure you check at least every other day because they will unsubscribe you here because I have different views than the normal content creator. And because I have different views and I decode, many times if you subscribe to me 2 days or 2 weeks later, you'll be unsubscribed. So it's hard to get views when the powers that be erase you. So remember to always look at my videos. I do 3 to 5 videos a day. I try to hit the pavement a few times during the week. But yeah, that's what I'm up against, people, because I've been doing this for over 40-something years. So I have history of covering this from a different perspective. I'm not knocking any other content creators, but I've got a history to show you how all this germinated because everything has a history and this does too. This has a history and it stinks. This did not have to be, and we shouldn't have to be going through this, and our children should not have to be subjected to this. This problem did not have to be, and I've talked about it extensively in other videos. Many of these people come from lands which were taken over by big businesses and were taken over by, believe it or not, allegedly by the United States. The resources have been taken and the governments have been overthrown or they have been compromised. And the resources have been taken. That's a fact. I'm not making it up. There are books out on this that I'm saying, that I'm telling you about. You talk to anybody who's older, they will tell you that the situation that we're looking at right now did not happen overnight. If you lived in a country where you woke up one day and you had people coming in to overthrow your government, you would flee too. And if you understand the United States is a place to flee, you probably run there too. And that's the length of what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying it was right, but I'm saying that a lot of these people were flushed. They were flushed here. They were flushed in Britain. and they were flushed throughout the world. And I believe that's part of the New World Order plan, to flush and blend, to flush and blend. They don't want America to be the regular way. They want to break down the borders. That's the goal, break down the borders. And so one way to do it is to lax the laws, and then they don't tell you the history unless you really check it out. There are people out there. There's a guy who wrote a book, I want to say maybe 8 years ago. I think his name is Mike Perkins. I got to think of the name of the book right now. Something about hitman. Books about a hitman, economic hitman. I think the name of the book is called Economic Hitman. Mike Perkins. You can watch him on YouTube. He talks about how governments, including our government, would go to different governments around the world and make them an offer and tell them, look, you can do this the easy way or the hard way. You can give us your land and the resources, and we'll pay you off, and we'll run your country, and your people have to scatter, or we'll just take it. This is what this guy has been saying for over, I want to say about 7 years. The guy's name is Mike Perkins. Tales of an Economic Hitman. There are a lot of books out there like that. Patriots, people who are coming clean, and they're telling the true story of immigration. That's the true story of immigration. And that's just one of many stories of immigration that they're not going to teach you in grade school. They're certainly not going to teach you in college unless the professor is going to risk their job, but they don't want you to know. But immigration has a history, and it has an ugly history. It has an embarrassing history. And I've known about this since the late 70s, and it blows my mind how they keep it one of the best kept secrets, which shows you that our government has been in on this thing for over 40 years, people. Believe it or not, our government has been a part of this scheme for a long time, because the phone that I'm using, you know, it takes certain things to make up the components, right? You got to have cobalt, you got to have silver, you got to have gold, you got to have wiring. We don't have a lot of those things here in America. We have them overseas. So the arm of the capitalistic world stretches overseas, and they go, businesses go overseas, and they take the cobalt, they take the mines, you guys have probably heard about the people working anywhere between 9 to 14, 15 hours in the mines. They're miners. Well, they get the diamonds, they get the rubies, they get everything. And we enjoy a good life over here for a certain price, but it's at the expense of somebody else's nation and somebody else's slavery. And that's why I believe in praying for the world, because the hidden story behind our success as Americans is that there are a lot of slaves, a lot of countries which have been overturned so that countries like us can live very well. And I'm not knocking the country. What I'm saying is that big business has exploited hundreds of countries that I can see since the 1900s. And when you do your research, it will make you mad as hell. Big business, and these are international businesses. These are not just American businesses. These are international businesses which are working together. And you think they don't control the media? And the old saying, if you put it in the book, nobody reads it, right? But if you put it on the news, everybody sees it. So what they do is that they don't keep it, they don't put it in the news. And anybody uncovers it, they might get in trouble the rest of their lives. So when I found out about it in my late teens, early 20s, I just had to dig in the library. When I asked certain professors about the question, they knew, but they couldn't teach on it. Some people do teach on it every now and then, but they teach it on a shallow way, because you're not allowed to talk about the businesses that are usually over in foreign countries, exploiting these countries. And you probably heard on the news where they say they topple a government, or they do a coup d'etat, or they do an exchange, or they change out government. Many times, who's ever in government, in power in a different country, is because big business wants a certain person in position so that the big businesses, the multi-billion dollar companies, they can thrive. So big business in America is big business overseas, and it comes with a cost. It comes with exploitation. It comes with taking people's resources, and also what happens also is that a lot of the businesses do close, and a lot of people don't have jobs in their country, so they run to America and they run to Britain, and we call it immigration. But hey, it's deeper than that, people. It's running. You're running for your lives. And I'm not saying this is the whole problem, but that's a big problem. And this has been going on since the 1900s. And people have fled their country. They've fled their homeland because there's nothing there. They have to leave. So now, in this generation, this is the first generation where we have actually had this many people come over in a short period of time. So people, believe it or not, it's our turn. I want you to think about what I'm saying. It's our turn to be exploited. You know why? Because we're the biggest resource. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, Portuguese, we're the biggest resource. Listen to me real good. We're the biggest resource in America. So it's our turn to be exploited. It's our turn to have misrepresentation, whether it's Republican or Democrat. This is why my viewers are low, because I know history. I'm going to tell you the damn truth. This is what's going on. This is the real truth. If you heard this truth every day, think about what I'm saying. If you heard this truth every day on the news, you'd open up a book at some time, at some point, and you would view the world totally different. You'd be like, wow, we've been told a lie every day. Yep, we've been told a lie, either directly or they haven't told you the truth. And I just have to break it down to you, people, because you know what? God made a beautiful earth with resources throughout the whole land for every culture and creed for us to all enjoy, so we can be a blessing to each other, to take our skills on a daily basis and nurture and develop countries, and we can trade, myrrh, oil, gold, silver. Everybody can have something where everybody can live a beautiful life. But you got people out here who have joined groups and they want it all for themselves. And now it's America's turn in a different way. Not with bullets, but through legislation. Not with bullets, but through government. Not with bullets, but through economics. We're being taken over, people. And we just got to pray and hold tight and turn from our wicked ways, because we did become immoral a lot. We did. And we didn't understand what was going on before us. And my heart ached once I put it together in the late 70s and I saw what was going on. I understood what the New World Order meant. And I understood what they were trying to tell us, but they wouldn't tell us. Nobody ever questioned Hulk Hogan when he had the NWO on his t-shirt. Nobody ever put a microphone in front of his face and asked him, what the hell is the New World Order, Hulk Hogan? Nobody ever asked him anything. But I knew exactly what it meant. I knew exactly what it meant. And I'm telling you, exploit until you take it over. Exploit the resources till you take it over, until you build your one world system. And now we're here. The biggest resources is me and you. The biggest resource is me and you. So don't let them divide us. We need to get along and make this thing work and hold on till Jesus get here, because Satan wants a one world system. All right, so that's my voice to you guys. Let's try to hear what these protesters are doing. Again, they can only protest until 6 p.m. It's 5:10 now. They can only protest until 6 p.m. It's every day, 9 to 6 per the governor. And we have the state police here, and they have checkmate. That a good word? They have checkmate the street like a chess match. It's about 7 vehicles here. They're playing chess today. They have checkmate the street. You cannot get through, but the fence is down in case there is a emergency. By court order, the fence came down last night, and the protesters are in one section, and that's it. So yeah, that's it, people. America the beautiful, right? Well, if you look right here and you see the cars, this is a driveway. And there are businesses down the street to the left. So if someone has a heart attack or someone gets a fire or whatever, the ambulance, right, or the fire engines have to get through. And that was the criticism of the local people, the mayor, and also of the everyday business people. If there is something serious that comes through here, the fence was obstructing that. Now the fence is gone. If the ambulance comes through, I'm sure the squad cars will get out the way so that they can go through with the emergency. So this area was being sectioned off by a fence because if you look right here, this brown building right here next to the flag, that brown building, that's the detention center where they're bringing illegals for processing. So now the processing goes through, and no longer can the fence be up. By the same token, the protesters will not interfere anymore because they used to be right in their face back in the day. So now they have their own special section, and we'll see if this changes going forward once they get a big crowd out here. I'm anticipating a big crowd probably Saturday because Saturday is no King's Day. So I plan on being downtown. I don't think I want to be in this here. This place is like a mousetrap because I have been here when it has gotten rowdy, and it's not too many places to run, and they throw the smoke. They shoot the smoke bombs, and when you gag real bad. I ain't trying to smell no sulfur in my system. So I might not come out here Saturday, but I'll go downtown. I don't think they've done any smoke bombs downtown, but who knows? But yeah. Appreciate you guys being here. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up so everybody else can see the video a little bit later. Again, the protest is only 9 to 6 every day per the mayor because the residents in the neighborhood, they don't want it, and I can't blame them for that. They should have never had a detention center in the neighborhood. It's not good. It's not good at all. And I feel sorry for the businesses over here, people. There are a lot of businesses over here. And I remember the first 2 weeks I was out here, there were people screaming mad who couldn't get through to conduct businesses. They had appointments that they couldn't make because once they had all the protests out here, they had everything blocked off. So if you have a business in the area, it has been a challenge for weeks now. So I feel bad for the businesses. I got to keep it real. I used to own a business, and I do business now. Can you imagine yourself having a thriving business, or you live in check to check, and all of a sudden they got this going on, and you lose 25 to 50% of your business? Who's going to compensate you for that? This was dumb. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. This was dumb from a business standpoint, from a social standpoint. It was dumb. It was dumb. How did they think they were going to have a detention center and the people weren't going to find out? Think about what I'm saying. How did they think they were going to have a detention center and the neighborhood wouldn't suffer? How did they figure that the protesters wouldn't make a way out here? Come on, man. You know people are going to protest. They're going to protest. So this was dumb. But I really think that they're doing this because I think Chicago's on high alert. I think America's on high alert. This time last week, Trump announced that he took over DC police. Really? Is DC that bad? Are you kidding me? I think there's something else going on, people. I really do. You told the mayor, you told the chief of police, you can no longer run the police department. I'm going to run it. Come on, baby. Come on, y'all. Our cities are that bad? Come on, man. You ain't going to make me believe that something else ain't going on in America. We got to pray, people. Straight up. They're not telling us something, people. They're not telling us something. So I'm going to tell the Lord, let him handle it, because this is crazy. There's something else going on. There's something nefarious going on in our land. Don't ever think the devil don't take advantage of an opportunity, because he does. Anytime there's a crisis, especially if he make it, he got something going on. That's why I'm saying we gotta use our positive energy to love each other, no matter what color, what culture, because this is our America. This is our America, and we are the biggest resource. And the last goal is to take us down. That's the goal. So yeah, this is a terrible situation to be in right about now. So you see the people, every day they honk and they honk with support. I pray that we could go back to normal, but I don't know. We have to work with the hand that we're dealt, people, and try to make it peaceful and pray against whatever the devil's plan is, because the Bible says no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So I'm trying to get people through my channel to stay in one accord and one mindset. And all our prayers reach God and say, look, we might not know everything, strategy that's going on, but we know that the Holy Spirit can move. The Bible says no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So we have to believe God. Because the illusion is that it's Democrat against Republican. The illusion is that the illegals are against us. That's the illusion. I don't think probably more than 10% of the illegals are against us. Some of them might be, but if you go into a country and you're illegal, you're going to be a church mouse. You ain't got much to say. You're going to fit in and go to work and mind your business. But they're trying to tell us that the illegals are out here beating up cops, doing all kind of nefarious stuff. People, that's minor. That's minor. It's minor. They just got to justify bringing in more law enforcement, because again, I'll tell you, the biggest resource is us. The goal is us, people. I don't care what nobody say. You might think I'm wrong. I believe the goal is us. The goal is to take over our country. Satan wants a foothold here. But I believe that prayer works, and the Bible says to endure unto the end, and that's what I'm going to do. We're going to endure. You build your foundation on a solid, holy ground, and you stand on it. You put some prayer behind it, and you believe. Your holy land is where you put your heart at. You have faith in God that He was going to maintain us. That's how I look at it. Everything's so controlled, people. Everything's so controlled. You're not going to get the media out here telling you the things that I'm telling you. Some of them are going to scratch the surface because they got those, what do they call them? They got those people out here on social media. They're controlled demolition. They're controlled. They're going to give you a little bit of truth just to wet your whistle, to give you a little bit of hope, so you can say, you know what, that person understands. They're putting it down. But really, they're working for the powers too. Controlled opposition. That's how it goes. Satan has everything. He's got his checks and balances. You got to admire. He's a devil. He's a snake. He's got people on social media. He's got people in the media. And they're going to give you just enough truth so you can feel like everything's okay. But things are not okay. They are not okay. I might do a bit tonight on the Middle East. You guys hear they're firing bombs in the Middle East within hours of the peace plan? You guys hear about that? I couldn't believe it. I read 2 stories today. They're firing bombs in the Middle East already. The ink wasn't even dry on the paper. They're firing bombs again. What is that about? It's crazy, man. We realize just how precious the Spirit of God is, because when you will yourself to the Holy Spirit, peace is not something that you just write upon. It's something that you will to be. You will for peace to be. God gave us will, and he granted so, and he said it was good. On the 7th day, he said everything is good. Your will is good when it's with Christ. If man makes peace, it's not going to work. So I'm not surprised that I woke up this morning and they said they already got bombs flying in Israel. That's crazy. It's crazy. So we just have a stare down, people. Like I said, this is the easiest money that the sheriff has ever made. This is easy money. Easy money. Sit here and watch the protesters. That's easy money. Easy money.
Oh, let him in! He forgot his fucking keys! How fucking long do you think that takes me to get in there, buddy?
Oh, God.
Knock the little ladder. Are you one of the slow officers? They don't want to let you in, they don't like you. Holy fucking shit, I can't believe you're still standing there.
I wish this guy would stop using that language.
Dude, you better get in there. You better let him in, he's getting anxious. He's getting stared at here.
The standoff is real, people. The standoff is real.
Oh, they locked you out?
Can you imagine 6 months from now they're still protesting and nothing has been done? And let's say they close the place down and they've processed, let's say, 100,000 people. Think about what I'm saying, people. Can you imagine 6 months from now that they're still out here protesting, all this money on police, and they're protesting every day, and the processing never stopped, and 100,000 people were processed and they closed the place down? Nothing happened, right? And I'm just keeping it real. So I look at, because I've run business all my life, I look at different options. And I'm thinking the best way to approach this thing is legal. Because that I Have a Dream, Dr. King stuff, man, that went out in the 60s, baby. I ain't knocking Dr. King. All I'm saying is that holding the picket sign, thinking somebody gonna listen to you, ain't nobody listening to you today, baby. I'm just keeping it real. Ain't nobody listening, baby. I'm just keeping it true. Ain't nobody listening. They're probably able to get by with the kids because they don't know. But America respects the law. And they respect the law if you can buy somebody. And you gotta have a lot of power to fight the government. So I just don't think the picket's gonna do anything. I don't think it's gonna do anything, to be honest with you. Because I know what their intent is. I know what the government's intent is, and they're not gonna stop what they're gonna do. The only thing that stop Pharaoh is that you do like Moses did. You gotta hear from God, bring your staff, talk to him direct, put your snake down, and have your snake eat his snakes. That's how you deal with Pharaoh, people. There's a lot of things in the Bible we can look at. Once you're dealing with power at this level, a picket sign ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna get it, y'all. It ain't gonna get it. You gotta go straight to Pharaoh on his level or with the law. Because, man, this New World Order, anybody out there know about the New World Order? They've been planning this thing for generations, baby. You think they're going to stop now? It's part of the New World Order. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. That's why I tell people, all those Diddy parties, think about what I'm saying. All those Diddy parties, and that guy on the island, I can't say his name. Remember the guy who killed himself in the jail cell about 1.5 years ago? Remember that guy? He was over on the island. Remember him, the guy on the island? What did that guy who killed himself in a cell, who was on the island, inviting all those politicians, what did him and Diddy have in common? All the who's who goes to those parties, do they not? Okay, what did we learn from the trial? What did we learn from those two people? They got cameras everywhere. That was the beehive, y'all. All the who's who have been to those parties, whether it's the Diddy party or the island. You know the island I'm talking about. And so they got your butt on camera. So now you're a sheriff, you're a police officer, you're a judge, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer. So now when it's time for me to finish my New World Order, are you gonna come against the authority? Of course not, because I got your butt on tape. You're not gonna do nothing, because I got you in the bedroom with some you know who. I'm telling y'all people, the whole thing was set up. The whole thing was set up for this moment. That's why you're not gonna see the law work in anybody's favor. Because they entrapped people before this went down. Listen to me real good. Satan is slick. In my humble opinion, he entrapped doctors, lawyers, lieutenants, corporals. He entrapped lawyers. He entrapped bankers. All the people who was on those islands, right? You know who they are. You heard about them. I got in trouble reporting it. That's why I know it's true. All those people who were overseas on those islands, and then they put the guy in jail, and all of a sudden he mysteriously killed himself. That island, people, wake up. I love you. That island. And then you got P. Diddy with his parties. People, when you have parties and you learn that at Diddy party, they had cameras everywhere, what you think those cameras were for? Come on, man. And then, thank you, blackmail. Thank you. Somebody thinking, see? Blackmail. And then what happened? They done went and got Diddy, and they went and got all the tapes. Why y'all think they got the tapes for? Come on, man. They got the tapes because they wanna decide who gets exposed and who don't. You feel me? So now, I'm sure they done made some phone calls. Oh, we went to all of Diddy's houses, we got all the tapes. Congressman Joe, weren't you at the Diddy party? Congressman Anderson, weren't you at the Diddy party? Lieutenant Joseph, weren't you at the Diddy party? You see how they go? They got everybody in power. So in the future, when they get a situation that, like what you looking at, and you calling people saying, we won our rights, the person's like, well, let me work on it. They can't work on it because they might have been at the party, or they might have known somebody's at the party, or their boss might have been at the party. That's how it go, baby. That's the real world, y'all. That's the real. Y'all know how it go? We call it blackmail. Okay, I call it black. It can be white mail. It can be Italian mail. But it's leverage, baby. This is how you don't have to agree with me. I think that's how they set it up. They set it up to neutralize you. So when they do stuff in the future, you can't do nothing because your butt is on tape. Your butt is on tape, man. You was getting it on, right? You was I don't see nothing wrong. You was getting your R. Kelly on, right? You was having a good time. But you didn't know you was getting set up. It's crazy out here, y'all. And that's the way it work overseas. Everybody gets bribed at some time. You know, we all done something stupid or we regret, right? We all done something stupid. But this one was a big caper, y'all. America is a big prize. So they had They had to get everybody at them parties, baby. Come on, man. Come on to the party, man. Yeah, we gonna do that this weekend. Yeah, brother. Everybody going to them parties for years, and they got more tapes than the CIA, right? Can you imagine how many tapes they got? Right? Ain't nobody said nothing about them Diddy ain't nobody said nothing about them Diddy tapes. Ain't no telling how many tapes they got on the island, right? You know, what's the guy's name on the island? I'm playing the dumb role. Y'all know I can't say his name. That guy on the island, right? How many tapes did he have? Man, that's for real, for real. America done got sold out, baby, because the bribe is on. The leverage is real. The blackmail is real. Sex is a dirty game, y'all. Whether it was sex or whatever, they was doing something. Everybody at the island having fun. And they not thinking later on it's gonna catch up with them. But now it didn't caught up with them. And the thing about it is, it's at our expense. Because we didn't go to the party. Think about it. We did not go to the party, but we're going to suffer for them going to the party because they're in position to change things for us, but they won't because they're compromised. And that's the real world we live in. So we got to turn to God. We got to turn to God, y'all. We should always turn to God, but we got to turn to him now. That's why these leaders ain't doing nothing, y'all. That's why these leaders ain't doing nothing. They're compromised. Their wives been to the party. The guys been to the party. They tell them to do something now. See what they tell them to do. They're telling the guy to get off the barrier. It's crazy, y'all. Yep. So we're going to do what we can, people. We're going to hold on to God's unchanging hand. We're not going to worry about nothing. We done all done something stupid when we were younger. And then we older, we do stupid stuff too, but it just ain't on tape, right? We all done something crazy. But now, the world is paying for the sins that we've committed. But we can endure. We can endure. God saved Noah. He can keep us until he comes. That's how I feel about it. We just gonna have to trust him and pray hard and long. Pray hard and long. Keep your mind on the Lord. He see what we're going through. Long before we were ever born, Satan had one goal. And he said, I want to be like the Most High. Him and probably what, 100,000, I don't know, 1,000,000 spirits. They want the land. They want the land. So man is working in concert with him, and they had to figure out a way to do it. And America, they want America to implode because there's more of us than them. So they want to fight us in a way we wouldn't think, and that is that they want us to fight each other. But we can work through it, y'all. We've seen the game before. We didn't see the game before. We just got to get smart about it. Because politics is a sport, y'all. Politics is a sport. Yep, you got to put on your Michael Jordan sneakers now. Politics is a sport. We know how to play sports. We'll be all right. But I am Franchot Pearson. I am in Broadview, Illinois. You're looking at the American flag. Salute. To the right of that flag is a migrant detention center where they process illegals every day. And the police are standing in full force. There used to be a gate there until last night. They removed the gate for emergency cars, vehicles, and the protesters. Maybe about 30 of them are here, and that's about it. Protesting is from 9 to 6 every day. You can hear in the background, we have a lot of people honking their horn. But nothing's going to happen, people, from what I can tell. The police are making sure that the protesters do not get in their face like they did a month ago. So ICE will they'll bring in illegals every day and process them and ship them out. Last night I was here around 12, between 11:30 and 12:30 I was here last night when they were taking the gate down. And the guy brought to my attention, these are his words. He said they brought a bus full of kids here the other night. That would have been something to see. It was 2 buses. He said, I think he said the silver or the white bus the other day brought in kids, and the other one brought in adults. So it was 2 long buses here last night. So I guess this is the kind of thing that the media doesn't see because they do this overnight. You'd have to camp here overnight to see what was going on, but the processing is real. A month ago, you could get right in their face if they were bringing in illegals. Now you cannot get in their face. You are not allowed to be in front of the operation, if you will, of the ICE agents. All you can do is protest from afar. But we're going to find out this. Now, Friday, they have a big protest from 7 in the morning. They have another big protest at 7 in the evening. But I'm expecting Saturday to be off the chain. Saturday is No King's Day. If you guys go to No King's Day rally in your city, be very careful. Be very careful. If they start shooting the smoke bombs, run, because the smoke bombs will make you gag. Make sure you take some water with you. If you have a gas mask, take that. I'm not saying something's gonna go down, but I have gagged and it don't feel good. Clean your clothes, throw them in the washing machine separate. I was at home cleaning my shoes the other day and I gagged because my shoes still had powder on there. That stuff is strong, but be careful. If you go to the No Kings demonstration this Saturday, be very careful. You might need to take a gas mask, take some water so you can wash out your eyes in case something goes down. But I would say at least 75% of the time I've been, things have been peaceful. However, the 25%, it's off the chain, people. If you push at these if you push the security, they have no problem with knocking you on your butt. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you push security, they have no problem knocking you on your butt. So don't think you're gonna come out there and be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, because you will meet your match. But yeah, there's gonna be the biggest demonstration ever, called No King's Day, this Saturday. I think I'm gonna be in Chicago and check out that. I'll cover that. Here comes the vehicle here. Don't know what this is about. So it's 5:38. They're towing with the police. They're telling the police they're going to arrest them. They have about 21 more minutes to protest. You can only protest. The curfew is from 9 to 6. I expect any minute for the BROADVIEW police to show up. They'll have the blue SUVs. Every day the blue SUVs pull up, and they are responsible for moving out the protesters. So I expect any minute for the guys in blue, the guys and girls in blue from the BROADVIEW police station to show up, and they're gonna move out the protesters, and they're gonna do their We Shall Overcome march, and they're gonna talk some smack, but they're gonna leave. So a light protest like it was yesterday. This is the first day without a fence. No fence is up today. I think it's less people than it was yesterday. I thought it'd be more people here today because the fence was pulled down, but there are less people here today. But again, they can only protest 9 to 6 every day. As you can see, the networks are packing up. It's about the same thing every day around this time. They pack up and they're gonna get out of Dodge. So they're going to leave, and it might be a few individual journalists here, but for the most part, they're done for the day. And like I said, there hasn't been any violence in a while, but I do expect the BROADVIEW police should be pulling up any minute to kick the protesters off the property, because the curfew is 9 to 6 every day, 9 to 6. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe, help the channel out. Please hit the thumbs up, share it. I try to give relevant information every day when I can. I do 3 to 5 videos every day. Make sure you're subscribed every day, because sometime you will be unsubscribed from my channel because they don't want the word out. But we will endure and we will do these videos. Information, revelation, in hopes with prayer. The goal is salvation. Okay, we have a Cook County Sheriff Police coming in, and he's got some food. He's got some food. I saw some food. He got a big bag of food. They about to grease, y'all. They about to eat. It's all good. Yeah. 60 degrees here in the Midwest. I'm going to miss my summer days. Had a decent summer, nothing to write home about, but we are here. We have, how long we got? 17 minutes, and we got to get up out of here. Moses is going to part the seas, and we're going to get up out of here in about 15 minutes, people. We'll see. I'm going to run as long as we can. But again, usually the police come and move everybody out. The protests will subside. For the most part, they've been cooperative because, you know, when you can't really protest the way you want to, at some point you run out of steam, you're just talking smack. But the heighten of frustration, the frustration level is really down compared to it was a few weeks ago, because they did have access to the fence, beyond the fence, because there was no fence. They had access to every vehicle that came inside. And now they don't have access, and so now the frustration level is much lower, which I think is a good thing. No sense of going home with a headache. But yeah, they got different people out here every day, and I'm sure it's going to continue. But like I said, I'm imagining how it's going to be 6 months from now. What's the point? You're protesting, but nothing's getting done. So I think if they want to come up against Trump, the best move is to try to do legal action. But then again, like I said, if some of those people was at the Diddy party, they ain't gonna help them. That's the real world, people. I believe Satan has made a strategic plan in the last days to get all his people in respected positions around the world to neutralize anything you're going to do. I really believe that. I have watched the New World Order, the world government, the purple rain, not the R-A-I-N. I have watched the purple R-E-I-G-N. I have watched the purple rain and how it has been set up overseas and now in America. I have watched the purple rain, the New World Order. I have watched this thing for 40-something years. I am convinced that Satan has all of his people in prominent positions. So at this moment, anything you try to do is neutralized. So your best move is prayer. Prayer and non-compliance in this foolishness. Yep, just stay focused and ask God to, I'm not saying let him take you in. All I'm saying is that you got to be wise in this world, because this thing was set up while we were watching Michael Jordan and we were watching LeBron James. And I'm not saying it's wrong to relax, but what I'm saying is that they kept us busy watching the stars. You know what I'm saying? They had us watching the stars. And I had to get out of that thing. I watch minimal sports now, minimal. There's the officer talking to the people. But yeah, I had to get off the game decades ago, because I've been known about this plan for decades, people. And here it is. I'm reporting on it. I know exactly what their plan is, and they're going to do it gradually. But I'm ready to go to a heavenly home. The Bible says that Jesus said that where I go to prepare a place for you, not made by hand. I believe in his promise. A new heaven and new earth. Because the governments of the world have sold out to Satan, is what I'm trying to tell you. They have literally sold out to Satan. He wants to plant it. He can have it. Let him have it. But don't go down without a spiritual fight, because the Bible says endure unto the end. So we're going to endure unto the end. We're not going to fight each other. We'll pray for them. By the same token, enjoy your life. Because this is all Bible prophecy. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. And Satan has strategized. He has got his people in all aspects of life, especially economics. Economics and politics. You're watching policy decisions. So yeah, these are the last days, y'all. It's the last days. And I'm trusting God to get us through. Because Satan's got everybody in position that he needs to control this thing for the future. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing, because it's controlled. This explains why the politicians don't make decisions which will help us, because they're controlled. Listen to a lot of ministers, or listen to a lot of people who have had dreams the last 10 years. They're co-signing with what I'm saying. God already showed them that America had a loosely knit takeover. Our government's been taken over. They're not going to tell you. A government shutdown. Every 3-4 months they shut down the government. So now they do it a long way now. All this is done on purpose because it's atmosphere, turmoil. They're going to keep it going. They're going to keep it going. So if you can help somebody through their dilemma, help them out. You got a way to make some money, make some money. Help somebody, and we're going to all help each other until things change in the spirit realm, because it has to change in the spirit realm before it happens in our realm. So to fight each other every day, it's not going to be a blessing. We have to fight this spiritual war. All right, let's see what's going on here. We have 5:48 right now. No police have showed up, but the networks are leaving. The networks are leaving. They are leaving. They are leaving. People ready to wrap it up. Nothing to report on. And what's today? Wednesday? I might come back out here Friday. They usually have a crazy crowd out here on Friday. I was out here last Friday during the day. It was pretty explosive. I guess that's the wrong word to use, but yeah, it kind of got out of hand. Got out of hand last Friday. That was the other part. But now, the state police. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the movie The Blues Brothers from like 30 years ago. You guys remember the Blues Brothers movie? It was shot here in Chicago, wasn't it? In Illinois, in the suburbs. The Blues Brothers with all the police. They were like lined up one behind the other. Remember that? Remember that scene? This reminds me of the Blues Brothers. Oh God, a sea of cops, right? Yep, it's all good. I might have to rent that movie, y'all. John Belushi, Saturday Night Live, right? It was a great movie. Where they shot that film, I want to say it was Harvey, Illinois, or Markham, Illinois, in that area. That mall has been closed, I think, for 30-something years. That mall where they shot that movie at. I used to go to that mall back in the day, yep. Back in the day, I used to go to that mall. The day of the strip mall is done, you guys know that, right? Amazon, Walmart, Target, they took over. The day of the strip mall, a lot of strip malls have closed down in Illinois. We're so busy, we shop online. Well, people, nothing to report, nothing to report. We have 10 more minutes, nothing going on. I am Franchot Pearson. Thank you for joining me, Franchot Blue. We are at the detention center here in Broadview, Illinois. Broadview, Illinois. We have the protesters here, and they are protesting the ICE, Department of Homeland Security, and Trump, where they have a processing center. A processing center. To the right of the American flag is a processing center. They bring in illegals every day for processing, and they bring them in, they ship them out. But the protests in relation to that is minimal. They have basically minimized and shut them down. The protest is almost zero. So I think going forward, I'll only come out here probably on Fridays, because from what I can tell, I've been missing the press conferences. I gotta get a hookup. They had a press conference out here 2 days ago. I haven't been able to catch a press conference. It's like a hit and miss, but I don't want to drive all the way out here just to be watching people cuss somebody out. All right? But yeah, I'll probably just come out here on Fridays. Depends on what's in the news. But again, Saturday is the biggest protest, I believe, since, I think they had one in June. No King's Day is Saturday, and downtown Chicago should be packed. They're expecting thousands of people. I'll be in the crowd, probably selling peanuts and snacks, right? My little side hustle. No, that ain't what I do, I'm just playing. I guess I could sell peanuts and snacks that day, make some money. Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna be kicked off the plantation here in a little bit. 8 more minutes, 8 more minutes. Nothing going on, people, nothing going on but the rent. Nothing going on but the rent. I was thinking by now that the Broadview police would be here, but they're not. The Broadview police haven't showed up, so I don't know how they're gonna kick the protesters out. I guess they'll just take the state police and tell them to go. So I just saw some network people. They must have a relationship with the building so they can go to use the washroom, I guess. But yeah, there's nothing going on, people. I'm going to drop this popsicle stand, ain't nothing going on. They have exactly 6 minutes and they have to leave. In 6 minutes they have to leave. So it's always been pretty much a peaceful evacuation, if you will. But yeah, there's nothing going on. There's no sense of fighting it. As you can see, I'll say it one more time, you have the police there. The police are where the fence used to be. The fence is down. The protesters are here. And they have neutralized them. And that's the story today. They have neutralized the protesters. They cannot protest near the building. The building is where the flag is at. That's the processing building where they process illegals. So this appears to be the layout in the future. So it's going to be a big waste of time, as far as I'm concerned. Big waste of time. Nothing's going to happen. All right, people. I appreciate you guys rolling with me. I'm about to get on up out of here. Again, there's nothing going on, from what I can tell. I came to find out if there was any response or reaction in relation to the fencing being taken down, and nothing going on. We'll probably do it again Friday. We'll see what happens. But right now, all they can do is scream and holler, and that's it. The mayor said 9 to 6 is the protest, which I think is a good compromise. Although there's a question of freedom of speech, but then again, you got this camp, you got this detention center in the neighborhood. So I'm on the side of the residents. 9 to 6 is enough time to protest. You can protest on the weekend. That's the way I feel about it. And even that's kind of bad. If I was the mayor, I'd make it Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday. No, but I'm not the mayor. I believe that if a person works hard all during the week, then the weekend should be peaceful. And so I got to blame this on ICE and Trump. They shouldn't never put this detention center in a neighborhood. But that's neither here or there. But yeah, people, we're going to be here as much as we can. And they took the fence down late last night, around midnight. How you doing? All right. So they took the fence down late last night, and the people have been neutralized. And again, like I said before, if they have a detention center in your neighborhood, you can kind of see from my reporting the last 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, how things are going to fare. I'm sure they're going to learn from this experience, because it's a fine line between the law of the community versus trying to allow the protesters to have a protesting moment. And it might vary from state to state, but you can't block an intersection, you can't block a driveway, you can't block a intersection. So now you block it with security, right? You block it with law enforcement, that if an ambulance has to get through, they can still get through. So, but by the same token, they're allowed to protest, but they can only protest from a distance. Now here they come now. Look, here they come now. Look who's coming. Look who's coming. Remember I told you guys? Now they show up late. I guess I can walk back now, right? They showed up late. Remember I told you? I know I'm like a book, right? I told you. The Broadview police come every day, and they escort the protesters off the property. So now they show up at what time? What time is it? It's 5:59. They show up 2 minutes to 6. So I got to walk about a half a block. So we will record that. Oh man, isn't that crazy? So far, three squad cars have shown up. Hi. So every day at 6 o'clock, every day at 6 o'clock, the Broadview police come and they escort the protesters. And we'll film that and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's nice and cordial. But they had their lights on running down the street because they're late, right? So they're gonna move them now. So let me run on down here, see what's up. Somebody better send me some lunch. Somebody send me some lunch. So the police have shown up. The police have shown up and they're telling them to leave. I'm gonna stand back. Okay, we'll film all this in a minute. Hold tight, people.
It is now 6:01. You have exactly 1 minute to disperse, so you will be issued a citation.
They have 1 minute to disperse or they'll get a citation, which means they'll grab them and write them a ticket. So do me a countdown. In 30 seconds, I'm walking. How about that? The police told them they got 30
You have
seconds.
30 seconds to disperse, so you will be issued a citation. Please leave the area.
And they're not moving, people. They're not moving. But I'm going to move. I'm going to stand back. Let's see what happens. About 10 people have left so far. They're walking this way. They got them there. They got protesters here. No protesters across the street. They're coming this way.
Fuck these guys right here. Fuck them. What happened to your car there, man? Film that. Hey, you Nazis, what happened to your mirror there? Looks like you got into an accident. Fuck you fucking Nazis. Put in the trunk, pricks. Take one step back.
So they have placed themselves in positions to move the protesters. The protesters are starting to leave.
Learn to fucking drive, Nazis!
They're giving them about 2 warnings already. If they don't move, they're going to give them a citation. That's how it works. So this is the sheriff police, and it's mixed with Broadview police. I am at the detention center in Broadview, Illinois. They're bringing in more law enforcement. They're bringing in more vehicles. So now they have 4 vehicles. The Broadview police showed up at 2 minutes to 6. I guess they had something to do, but they're usually here early to disperse the crowd. This time they're kind of late. They're dispersing the crowd, and they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They moved from one area, but they're on the corner. So I don't know how long the police would deal with that, but they're supposed to be off the street and disperse, according to the mayor, at exactly 6 p.m. every day. Right now it's 6:04, so I'm sure the police will exercise some type of patience. If I see some more squad cars, I'll let you guys know. That lets me know that they had vans out here last week to arrest people. So if they don't cooperate, they'll have a way of dealing with that. So let's see what happens. So right now it's a standoff, people. You got about 15 officers standing there. Oh, thank you for the love offering. That paid for gas. Thank you. Thank you for the love offering. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'll pay for gas. So we have about 20 officers there. And the protesters are on the corner. And so we have a standoff, so to speak. I guess that's the best way to put it. So I am in Broadview, Illinois. I'm a block from a migrant detention center where they process illegals. They're here every day. The mayor has a curfew, 9 to 6. And right now it is 6:06 p.m. The police are here to disperse the crowd. However, the crowd walked from one area to the other. They are not moving. They are not moving. And right now we have a standoff. They did tell them if they did not move, they're going to give them citations. So now they're beginning to move them again. Let's see if they're going to move. A lot of jaw jacking here right now. So they're moving the crowd. More police have showed up. More police have showed up. So now we have 5 police have showed up. 5 SUVs. Again, they ran a little bit late today, but they're here now.
Yeah, that's right. Take that walk of shame and eat that dick. Eat that dick.
So they pushed them about 1/4 down the block, and that's it so far. See if I can cover this lady right quick.
All that. That's kind of bogus. Don't be saying all that. That's rude. I be out in the streets. Leave me alone.
They're moving in. They're moving in. They're moving in. They're moving in. I guess they've heard enough of her. So they're probably going to warn her with a citation. They've given them a few warnings already. She's backing up. The curfew is 9 to 6 every day. Any violators, once they're warned, will get a ticket.
We have to keep an eye on that guy, correct?
He's giving her the first warning right now. The officer's giving her the first warning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're moving in again, people. They're moving in. They're moving in. They gave him another warning. They're moving in. If they don't retreat, they're gonna give him a ticket, which means they're gonna restrain him. So she needs to best be quiet. She's already made her point, but she's continued. He just gave her her warning. But now they're moving in. And this guy in the blue, this is the guy that was talking all that smack yesterday. The guy in the blue, that's the guy that was in the green yesterday. The guy in the blue, he was talking all that smack yesterday. So they're after him now.
How many? Think about it. When we're in downtown, we're in the suburbs. How many guys are walking? When we're literally in Maywood, how many guys are
Fuck wrong with y'all? They should not be going viral for talking about they dumb ass. You ain't saying nothing to that little MAGA bitch. You ain't saying nothing to that little Republican bitch. Peter, I don't know why you the one coming. I'm a run, gang. You have no chance. The fuck you overweight and fatty? You heard what P. Hessex said. No fucking fatty. This is a bad look. You big overweighted jelly bean. Hey, fuck you, nigga. Suck that dick.
I'm in Broadview, Illinois. I'm in Broadview, Illinois at the detention center, ICE detention center, where they progress illegals. Curfew is 9 to 6. Protesters are refusing to leave. They just received their last warning.
You can write that shit if you want to. I ain't paying shit but your mama. You fat bastard. Fat guy in a little vest. 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 Big overweighted bitch. You big overweighted bitch. You oversized bitch. You turkey shaped bitch. You have balloon shaped bitch. You blimp shaped bitch. You van shaped bitch. You U-Haul shaped bitch. You SUV shaped bitch. Porky the pig looking bitch. You watermelon round bitch.
All right, they're moving them out again. Moving them out again gradually. Final warning in progress. Police are moving in. Final warning.
What I always like to say is, do you worship a God who created men or men who created a God?
Your ordinance doesn't start for a living, and I'm not even by the resident homes. You are pushing me back into a residential fucking zone. I'm tired of the bullshit, boy. I'm tired of your inconsistent fuck, and you're violating our First Amendment rights. Giving a woman with a fucking megaphone. Shame on you.
Shame on your kids.
Shame on you. Let me put away my megaphone so I don't get fucking beat up by the fucking cops!
The fucking
Put
kids.
it away! Shame on me for exercising my First Amendment!
Ain't nobody gonna beat this ass. You're gonna get some ass. I will be doing my thing, you touch me. I will be defending myself, you touch me.
But I guess they got a preamble every
Take that walk of shame, bitch. I'm playing back.
Shame on you! Every single last fucking one of you, shame! Yay! I'm tired of the inconsistency! I'm tired!
So the police have retreated. The police have retreated. The police have retreated for now. We'll see how it fares out, but the police have retreated. Again, curfew was 9 to 6. It is now 6:19 p.m. I am Franchot Pearson. Welcome to Franchot Blue. Almost about a block away from the detention center, where they bring in migrants every day. The protesters have resisted for a little while to leave after the curfew was being enforced. They were threatened with tickets. And we'll see what happens in the next few minutes. A few words have been exchanged. I guess that's the best way to put it. And I'm glad that they didn't get into it. I think what really saved her and this other guy was us. There are about 4 people out here filming, so I'm thinking because we were filming, they didn't snatch these people. So I think that's why they did it. Too many people filming right now, but got a little hairy for a second there. So they're staying at the end of the block. Hopefully I guess they're gonna monitor the area. Oh, then again, I think one of the police officers is coming back this way. I hope I'm wrong, but no, I think this is a police officer coming this way now. I think. I'm not sure. This guy right here. Yeah, that's law enforcement. He's probably going to tell him to get up out of the area. So sheriff, police leaving. So I don't know what words were exchanged, but the police did come down here to talk to them. But for the most part, everybody has dispersed. So yeah, the 6 o'clock curfew, of course, goes in effect. All right, people, that was it. I guess next time I'll wait to the end, right? The Broadview police came in at 2 minutes to 6 with about 4 or 5 cars. And for the most part, it was the sheriff police that moved the people. It was sprinkled with a few Broadview police, but for the most part, it was the sheriff police that moved the protesters. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today, people. I think that's it. I am Franchot Pearson. Thank you guys for joining me. Please look for my videos every day. I do 3 to 5 videos every day. We beat the street a few times during the week as well. I am in Broadview, Illinois. And hey, the fence is down, but the police make sure they neutralize the protesters. They can only protest from a distance. And that's going to be a challenge. We're going to see if they're going to demonstrate real big Friday against this, because I was wondering last night what would be the follow-up, and now I know. The protesters cannot even go near the area where the fence was. So Trump and ICE, it continues. It continues, people. It continues. The processing continues. It continues here in the land of Lincoln, Illinois. The land of Lincoln. Who ever thought that we'd be seeing this in our world, but we're seeing it, and it's real. All right, people, I am Franchot Pearson. I am signing out. God bless you guys, and we'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys for the love offering. I appreciate everything. Thank you. You guys be safe. And please check out the videos and make sure you're subscribed every day, because you might be unsubscribed. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you very much. God bless. Thank you.